back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a few different things to share with you. Sorry, I'm huffing and puffing because I just hiked up the driveway, but one of those things we're going to do, we're going to fire up the well and do a water test.
So we've got our 275-gallon tote. We wrapped it in a tarp for now. I don't know how well that is as far as keeping the sunlight out from algae and all that good stuff, but for now that's what we've got and that's what we used. It's hooked up about 500 feet of half-inch water line going down to camp, and you're talking about a 20-foot elevation difference. So from here down to camp is about a 20-foot difference. I think because we cheaped out and we went with a half-inch hose
instead of 1 inch,
our pressure is not quite what it should be down there, but luckily I have a 12-volt pump hooked up. It's not a big deal. It works great. You know, of course, this is all really going to be temporary. I say temporary, what? Hopefully within a couple of years. But now I'm going to see if I can get the generator started. This is a diesel generator, and it's kind of a pain to start every now and then.
It's really old. Let me turn this around so you can see.
So, I'm going to see if I can get it started where we can get some fresh water out of the well, and Jen's going to do some testing on it and see how everything works out. So y'all, if you didn't hear Jen say that water was ice cold, look at the sweat on that glass.
It's not even that hot right now.
Ice cold water. I mean, really ice cold water.
All right, so we're going to be doing a couple different tests. This is not a paid thing.
No.
These are test strips we paid for. We got them on Amazon. They're made for testing wells and drinking water. It comes with a whole bunch of little test strips, so I guess it'd be something you'd have in like your go bag if you know, needed a bug out or something. That way you could test the water, make sure it's safe to drink.
It would be pretty cool.
This also comes with a bacteria test and a nitrate test, a sulfate test, whoops, and an extra bacteria test. So we're gonna be testing all of these to keep the bag at a room temperature no lower than 68 degrees for 48 hours. So we'll have to give you guys an update on this one in a couple of days. And I think this one's 120 seconds. So.
And this one's like 15 seconds. So I'm gonna let her go ahead and get these tests set up, and then we'll do this test.
Okay.
The problem with this is, guys, and I don't know how they could do this any different, but I'm colorblind. This is foreign language to me. It's like I don't get it. Luckily Jen's not colorblind. So
yeah, fortunately.
Well, I say that. I don't know. She has a pretty tough time. She's like, I don't know. It looks like these three. It might be good. It might be deadly. We don't know.
Hey, sometimes it's like that though. All right. So it says that I have to fill this bag with water up until those dotted lines right there. So it comes with this little dropper. We did use a glass jar because we wanted it to be a very clean sample. Okay, so we have to let this one set for 48 hours at least 68 degrees. All right, now this one is for nitrates. I don't even know what nitrates are. If you do, leave us a comment in the comment section. Explain to us and everybody else why this test is important.
Of course, we can Google it.
Oh, hey, it actually has a whole bunch in there.
Oh, it does.
Okay, yeah,
a whole bunch of the little test strips.
Yeah, 10 test strips it says.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's on that sulfate one too. So, immerse it for 2 seconds and then do not shake it off and hold the strip horizontal for 60 seconds. Okay.
Are you going to count to 60?
Nope, I'm going to watch that.
Oh, hey, we have a timer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open this one up. That way we can shorten this a little bit.
Testing experience.
And of course, I hear the neighbor. Whoop! I hear the neighbor coming up the road, and
we don't mind visiting with our neighbors.
He's really awesome guy, really.
Yeah. Actually, all of our neighbors that we've met so far seem pretty cool.
Yeah. So this one has to set for how long?
This one's got
wait,
like
120 seconds. You should have done this one first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to hold it in for 5 seconds and then wait 120 seconds.
So it has been 60 seconds, over 60 seconds, and as you can tell, it's 0 on everything. There's no nitrates in our water, so I assume
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
I mean, I thought nitrates is something that you need. I may be nuts, but I'd have to look at it.
I don't know, but it says it's supposed to be 0 or 10 on this little thingy.
Immerse the strip for 2 seconds, then promptly remove. Do not shake exit. Well, this will all wait 15 seconds to compare against the color results. So it don't say anything about holding it. So
okay.
I don't. Like I said, I'm colorblind, guys. I can't.
So we're just gonna hold this up here. It looks like our water is about 50 parts per million for total hardness, I guess. The free chlorine is at 0. Iron is at 0. Mercury 0. Total chlorine maybe 0.5. Copper 0 or 0.5 copper. Lead is at 0. Zinc might be
That looks like 2.
at a 2, which is in the recommended range.
That's 0.2, right?
Yeah, no, it's just 2.
Oh, 2.
2,
okay.
yeah. The manganese is at 0. The
Manganese,
yeah, sorry. QACT, or quat, I don't know. That's probably at 0.5 or at 5, which is recommended. Fluoride is at 0. Sodium chloride is at 0. Hydrogen sulfite, 0. Alkalinity, 0. Carbonate, 0. And pH is 6 or 6.4.
That's all on the low end. That's all good. That's really good.
So the only ones that we weren't in the average range for was the alkalinity, the carbonate, and the pH. So our pH is really low, our alkalinity is real low, and our carbonate's real low. But everything else tested normal.
0 on the sulfate. So other than the bacteria test, it looks like we've got to wait 48 hours to find it out. So other than it, everything tested out great.
Right.
So we'll have to come back with you in a couple of days and let you know what the bacteria turned out to be. And
we need to clean up our mess.
Yep.
And we need to move on to the next thing that we want to talk to you guys about today.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Next part of the project that we've done today. This was a brooder that I had borrowed off of Jeff. First off, we had our guineas in one of those 2-foot by 4-foot troughs whenever they was little. When we got over here, they needed a little bit bigger space, so we borrowed this brooder off of Jeff, and it's about a 4-foot by 8-foot. Then they outgrew it, so we had to move on. We used, like always, we had a roll of wire from Oklahoma we had this shade cloth we brought from Oklahoma. We had an old tarp we brought from Oklahoma. T-posts we brought from Oklahoma.
Baling wire.
Yep. So I just rigged up a little gate here. Just flip that off, open it right up. You can pull it out of the bottom piece too. I want to say it was a 12 by 12. So it's a whole lot bigger space.
Wiley and I like to recycle everything that we have. So we tend to reuse things like T-posts and fencing and anything else that can be reused. As you can see, we just drove the 4 T-posts in the ground a little ways, and it was actually really easy compared to the rocky soil that we had in Oklahoma. Then we just wrapped it with some 2x4 fencing wire, and in about 2 weeks we're probably going to be letting them out to roam free anyway, because if you didn't know, guineas are the best at getting rid of ticks. Ticks are their main diet, and they just love those little suckers. So we used tie wire around the top to hold the shade cloth down and hold the tarp on. And then we also used a few sticks that we had collected from around the property to make a few roosting bars. That way the guineas can have plenty of room to move around. They have a spot where they can stay dry. They have a spot where they can get up off the ground. We got guineas. Some people think it's controversial. They don't like guineas because they're so loud, and they are. But for us, they are perfect because we don't want ticks.
So this is the flat area I made for the buses to go. This is where camp is supposed to be. We've been waiting on it to dry out. Today, done a pretty good job. It looks like it's pretty dry today, but of course it's still going to be soft underneath. So it's going to take a little while, but we're getting ready to buy some landscaping fabric. We're going to cover this all in landscaping fabric, and then we're going to go over it with, I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to use like river rock or, you know, like chat or, you know, crusher run. I really haven't decided yet. Lily's bus will be parked right here along this way, and her door will be facing that way. Our bus will be on the other side of this pad, facing, you know, running along the same direction with the door facing this way.
Lily's door. Yeah.
Our bus.
Our bus. No, our bus and Lily's bus will be, the doors will be facing
the doors will be facing each other on our bus and Lily's bus. So the cook trailer will be back here on the back side, and then the shower that I built will be back here over here. So it's going to be a U shape. It'll be our bus, the cook trailer, the bathroom, and then Lily's bus. And then in between is going to be a common area. That's where we will have our dining table and
family time
and all that stuff in the center.
It'll be our outdoor living room.
Yeah. We've got to try to figure out how to get that covered once we are able to get everything moved in down here like we want.
And going with the way that we do things, it is going to be hodgepodge together out of things that we either already have, or that we can upcycle, or that we can find a really good deal on.
Right.
So
eventually, once I get the sawmill set up and all that good stuff, I am wanting to go around all this and make it look like a house with a dog trot in the middle of it. So you're not going to see buses, you're not going to see any of that eventually, hopefully. But we have to get down here, get it set up, and get ready for winter before we can even start any of that. So
right. Anywho, that's it for today's video, guys.
Don't forget, work hard, stay humble, and love God.
Amen.
Bye, y'all.